Okay, guys, I am so excited to be on here with all of you guys tonight. My name is Vicki Schauhorn, and I am so thrilled to get to be a part of the series that we've been doing this particular month, our book series. We've been talking about Dare to Dream and Work to Win, and I hope you guys, if you have not already read this book, that you get your hands on this book as soon as you possibly can. This is the last night for this particular focus on this particular book, but it is one of the best books that you can read as you start, continue, and grow your Arbonne business. It was actually one of the very first books that I read when I started my business. So it will serve you well. And tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to actually kind of close the gap with that particular book by talking about some of my favorite chapters in the book, maybe because I relate so well. A lot about, if you have read it, it talked a lot about how to overcome self-doubt, how to put new jelly in an old donut. And I don't know if any of you can relate to that. And we also talked about how being your own designated driver, and how to take control of your life instead of allowing life to take control of you. And so I get to focus and zero in on those particular elements of this chapter. I used to kid all the time that I'm the poster child for fear when I was starting this business. And I don't know if anybody else out there can give me an amen, but and can relate. But you guys, I ran my life off of fear, which is why it took me 7 months before I ever jumped into this business. And I am so grateful that I chose faith over fear, and have been able to see the benefits and experience the benefits this has provided our family. So please make sure that you mute your phone lines. If you haven't already, I'm going to try to do that now, but if you could just make sure that you stay on mute, that just makes for a really good recording so others can listen to it over the next few days. So tonight we're going to dive in and we're going to talk about these particular parts of your business that I believe, quite frankly, you guys, is the most important part of your business. In fact, I don't know if you guys have ever stood in your own way. I'm here to say that if you're one of those gals and maybe your calendar doesn't have 8 get-togethers on it or 8 appointments on it, I'm going to challenge you to get out of your own way. And we're going to learn how we can do that tonight. If you have a full calendar, I believe, it is my true belief that you have learned to master the skills of getting out of your own way. And that's a really good place to be, not just in this business, but in life, you guys, in life. And so much about this business teaches us how to live life better. And so tonight's training is not going to be any different. We're going to learn how to get out of our own way so that we can live the life that we have dreamed of, live the life that we desire for our families. You know, I've heard it said before, and maybe you guys have heard this quote as well, but I heard this quote and it just broke my heart. And it says, we are the only thing, in other words, humans are the only thing in nature that does not fully manifest itself into all it was created to be. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad to hear? You know, that just simply means that we humans don't live up to their potential. Most humans don't live out their full potential. But I'm here to tell you we can and we will. And the reason people sell themselves short or don't live out into their greatness and their fullness of life is because of their belief systems and fears. You guys, and I believe belief systems and fears go hand in hand. I believe that's what creates that old jelly in a new donut. and putting and the reason we have to put new jelly in our belief system in an old donut, right? We've got to figure out how to master our belief and master our fears. Belief systems, you guys, your belief system is going to determine your relationship with fear. Belief system determines your relationship with fear. So we've got to start with our belief system. If we don't master that, it can lead to procrastination in our business, putting off tomorrow what we could do today. It could actually cause us to be overwhelmed or paralyze us where we are in life and not allow us to move forward. It could also create a lack of motivation in our life, creating a life of laziness and never really getting anywhere, and just feeling like you're on that hamster wheel going nowhere fast, right? It can also lead to becoming content, being discontent in life, and just allowing life to pass you by instead of getting in the game. Also, and I believe this is one of the saddest repercussions of it, is the fact that we never realize our full potential. And I know none of you want to allow life to pass you by without taking hold of it and making out of it what you know it can be for you and your family. And that's why you're on this call tonight. We're going to learn how we can master it. You know, I believe, my personal belief is the fact that the good news is that our belief system and our relationship with fear is up to us. We can change our belief system. No matter what life has dealt us in the past, no matter our past experiences, we can take control of our life and renew our belief system. We can create a new way of thinking, which could enhance our relationship with fear. You know, fear does not have to be a bad thing. It can be a very healthy thing if we let it. And I believe, personally, that when we experience fear in life, I believe it puts us at a crossroads. And I don't know if some of you maybe even came into this business and you feared maybe failure. You feared talking in front of people, or maybe you feared doing something that you really didn't know a lot about, learning something new. Maybe you feared not knowing enough people. Maybe you feared success. But we all tend to experience fear at some point in our journey in this business. And a lot of us start out that way. But I'm here to tell you, when you experience fear, you have the opportunity to make a decision to choose the path of least resistance, which will lead you to the success in this business, or you can choose to go the path that most people have gone down. And that is the path that really binds you and holds you right where you are today. So it's a decision, you guys, when you experience fear. It's just a simple decision. We've got to learn how to master our belief system. And Tom Barrett talks a lot about that in his book. In fact, he says that your core beliefs are the epicenter from which our thoughts, our behaviors, and our emotions flow. That's how important our belief system is. That everything else, the things we think, our actions, our emotions, they're all a result of our belief system. And when we master it and learn how to capture our thoughts, then we're going to be able to live the life that we want in this business and to live out our purpose in this business. So by not mastering it, you've got to understand that capturing your thoughts before your thoughts capture you, because our thoughts are what lead to action, and action is what leads to results. A person's business will never outgrow his or her self-image. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. That right there tells you how important it is to take care of our belief system, right? Your belief system will determine how you perceive and receive fear in life. That's how critical our belief system is. So in order to be successful in Arbonne and in life, we've got to master our belief system, and we've got to learn how to allow positive thoughts to be what drives us. We've also got to learn how to master our fears, and he talks a lot about that in the book as well. And we've kind of talked about some of the fears that maybe some of us have come into this business with initially. But you know what? Fears can either grow you or they can slow you. They can either grow you or they can slow you. Here are the benefits of avoiding fear. If we choose to avoid fear, first of all, we've got to understand fear is normal. It's normal. It's a normal part of life. What we've got to do is learn how to manage it and to create a new relationship with it. And you can't avoid fear, but I'm going to tell you, here are the benefits of avoiding fear. And what I want you to understand as we go through this list is that most of these are imagined and most of these are temporary. But if you choose to avoid fear in this business, whether it's picking up the phone and making these calls or getting your calendar full or sharing the benefits of Arbonne with someone else, whatever it may be that's holding you back, avoidance seems to make the fear diminish temporarily. And I want to put the emphasis on the word seems to make the fear diminish. The fear is still there, but it will make it diminish for a short time. It's going to allow you to experience some calm, right? If you choose to avoid fear, it will allow you to experience calm. It's going to allow you to avoid doing what you dislike, right? What's making you uncomfortable. It's going to allow you to do something else that maybe is more enjoyable for the moment. But it's also going to allow me to live in my comfort zone, right? And all of that sounds real appealing, but I want you to understand what the costs are to avoiding fear. And Tom Barrett outlines this for us. The cost of avoiding fear, you guys, have long-term results. They're significant. Continued avoidance of fear only makes fear stronger. Avoidance increases our stress and camouflages our anxiety. Avoidance prevents the growth of our business. Avoidance prevents the growth of me as a person. Avoidance sabotages my confidence. Avoiding little fears today will create very real and large fears in the future. Avoidance will cost me my dream. Avoidance will keep me right where I am financially. The little things I avoid today will be the big regrets I have in the future. Trading years and years of future freedom to avoid brief moments of discomfort is a horrific life for your business decision. You guys, so we've got to learn how to master fear. So let's reset our mindset, because we can. That's the good news. We can create a new way of thinking. We've got to change our belief system. And when we change our belief system and we start pouring in to our belief system things that serve us well, we're going to create a new relationship with fear. And instead of seeing fear as our enemy, we're going to allow it to serve us and to drive us and to motivate us, which creates a healthy form of fear in our lives. Because like I said before, fear is real. Fear is, you're never going to get away from it. It is there. But how you choose to perceive it and receive it will be how you are able to overcome and to grow and outside of that. The first way you can do that is to understand that fear is normal for those that want to grow. So if you're experiencing fear, it probably means that you're growing. So that's a good thing, right? Just do it scared. Fuel your mind with truths by initiating personal growth, such as reading books, trainings, being on these training calls, reading Ion Arbonne stories, reading stories that show the truth, the proof of what this business can and is doing for others. Have affirmations visible that are healthy and empowering that you will see every single day, whether it's on your mirror, your computer, your calendar, but feed yourself healthy and empowering words of affirmation every single day. And then one of the things, you guys, that I find is the hardest is to silence the chatterbox. This can be our worst enemy, right? What we say to ourselves. So be quick to recognize that and to silence the chatterbox in your head. Learn how to out-talk your negative self-talk and ask yourself, is it positive, helpful, constructive, motivating, kind, inspiring? And one of the things that I ask myself is this something that I would say to my best friend? Because if it's not, I don't need to be saying it to me, right? So make sure that it's empowering. Have your whys visible to keep your vision clear, your motivation high, and your skills ever increasing. You guys, keep that vision crystal clear. That's why you have to have a powerful why that you're doing this business. Do your whys have a face? Do they have a name? Are they heartfelt? Because keeping that vision crystal clear is going to create motivation in you. It's going to make you rise up, raise the bar, and pursue your goals regardless of any distractions that may come your way. Understand that in order to make a difference, whether in your life, in your business, in other people's lives, you've got to be different. And that means thinking different, right? Avoid negative influences and put on your armor so that you can stay mentally tough. I've heard Carleeta say that so many times. You've got to stay mentally tough. And the way you do that is to fuel your mind with words that are truth and empowering, just like we've talked about, and protect yourself from negative outside influences. Surround yourself with people who are like-minded, who are people that will breathe life into you, not suck life out of you, right? You've got to protect yourself. Fear the right things. You guys, Carleeta also taught me this early on in my business. Fear the right things in this business. Instead of fearing, oh, what if this doesn't work for me? Or what if I don't know enough people? Or what if I don't know how to build a business? All of those things that encountered my mind and tried to paralyze me from starting my Arbonne business, I learned very quickly how to fear the right things. So instead of fearing those things, I started fearing, what if I don't do this business? What if my husband isn't able to have a deep relationship with his kids because he's never home and he's living out of a suitcase? Or what if my kids aren't able to go to their school of choice, their college of choice when they get to be in college? What if I have to leave my kids with a babysitter and only enjoy a few hours in the evening with them? Those were the kind of things that empowered me, motivated me, and spurred me to do my business. So fear the right things. Fear the things that are going to motivate you and spur you into activity. One of the other things, and I believe is probably the most important thing that I can share with you, is to choose faith over fear, you guys. This business works when we work this business. We have a proven system in place that has been tried and tried and tried and has been proven to work over and over and over for those that work it. You guys, there's no guessing game in this business. But what I love about this business is that no one comes into this business knowing how to build an Arbonne business. We go into this business trusting the person who's teaching us and training us, trusting the Arbonne as a whole, as a company, and trusting the system that we have in place. And then allowing ourselves to learn this business as we go, right? You learn this business as you go, and you give yourself grace and time to learn this business and to build the skills necessary in order to get successful in this business. But you've got to choose faith over fear. You've got to make sure that you're not letting fear keep you bound but instead allow it to empower you and to motivate you. Now, one of the last things I want to share with you guys is what's holding you back. Is it your belief system? Is it what you've come into this business with? You know, the things that people have told you to believe about yourself, or the self-doubt maybe that because of past experiences, is that holding you hostage? Because here's what I want you guys to understand. You have been given a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity with Arbonne, an opportunity to change your life and to make your life look different than what it is today, if that's what you desire. And my guess is that if you're on these calls, there is something in your life that it has made you discontent, has made you uncomfortable enough to step out on faith and to step out of your comfort zone and choose to do something different so that you can have something different. But now that you're in this business, look at your calendar. Is your calendar full? Does it show someone that's committed to their goals? Does it show somebody that's committed to their dreams? Does it show somebody that's committed to their desires for change? Because if it isn't, I'm going to tell you to work on your belief system. Work on your belief system so that you can create a new relationship with fear. Feed yourself things that are going to empower you. Stay connected to these calls. Stay connected to the meetings. Stay connected to the self-development that we do in this business. And don't allow time or space for anything to cloud your view. You guys, I love this picture that's on your screen right here. It shows a horse. You guys know how strong and powerful horses are, yet they don't even know their strength. They don't even know their own strength. And it's allowing something so small and so insignificant to keep it bound, to keep it chained in the confines of the space just in front of it. How many of us do that? How many of us allow our doubts, our fears to hold us hostage, right? A lot of us do, if we are to admit it, right? A lot of us allow insignificant things to hold us bound in life. I love the story that John Barrett shares in this book, in the chapter about self-doubt. He talks about it's like a dog being confined to a backyard. It's been trained to stay in this backyard because of what it's been told over time, yet there's no fences. And the dog can see beyond the yard, and it can see all around it, all the beauty in front of it, but yet it's confined to space because of what it's been told in its past. And it's not allowing itself to go out and explore and experience more of what life has to offer. And we are a lot like that, you guys. We are a lot like that, but we don't have to be. And that's why we show up on these calls like you guys have done today. It's because we want life to be different. We're willing to be different. We're willing to change what needs to change in order to create change, right, for our lives. We're tired of being held hostage in our surroundings and being confined to the space just in front of us. We know there's more to this life. We have a vehicle that can take us where we want to go. Now we just have to believe it for ourselves. We have to get rooted in our belief system, feed ourselves those words of affirmation, and protect our dreams, our goals, our desires for our life with everything that we have so that we can go and experience more in life. You guys, it starts with a decision, though. I'm going to tell you and leave you with this. It starts with a decision. You are at a crossroads. If your calendar isn't full, or maybe your October isn't shaped up the way you want, I want you guys to decide today, you know what, I'm going to up my belief system because I have a desire for more in life. And I am tired of sitting on the fence, right? I'm tired of wanting this, but doing this. I'm ready to match my calendar, my activity, my goals with my dreams. I'm ready to match my activity with what I desire in life. You guys, it's time to decide. You guys get to do that. You get to be empowered tonight to go make a difference for your family because of what this business is going to teach you and provide for you. The benefits of this business are amazing, you guys. Who doesn't want the income that this business gives you, the freedom, the flexibility in our schedule, the white Mercedes, right? There's so many benefits to this business, but not everybody will do what it takes to go get it. Yet everybody can. Be that person. When you get to that crossroads, be that person that chooses the path of least resistance. Choose to go down the path that you know will lead you to growing more into who you were created to be, because when you do that, you will see your business change. You will see your life change as an effect of that. And then you'll be able to empower others to do the same. But you've got to walk that path first. So you guys, in tonight's closing, what you feed the most, what you nurture is what is going to grow. Choose today, you guys, to feed and nurture your belief system. Every single day when you wake up, do something that's going to affirm your desire in this business and what you are capable in this business. And don't let anybody else or say anything to you that could be less than that and take you out of this game. You guys, it truly is the difference between good enough and living into your fullness. Right? I heard Carleeta share at our impact this last week, and I loved this. She said, and I think she even quoted it from something she had heard Cecilia say, but she said, I want to leave this earth with not 1 ounce of potential left in me. You guys, this business teaches us about life and how to do life well and how to teach other people how to do life well. You guys, I'm challenging you tonight to decide to do life well, and don't allow good enough to steal you from being to living out your greatness in life. Don't allow your past to dictate your future. Decide today that you're going to make the changes necessary to up your game. And I wish you guys all the best in your close of month this month, and looking forward to closing out this last quarter in Arbonne together. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Love you all.
Great job, Vic.